back, everyone. Drab winter garden. Orange fences to stop the dogs trashing the grass. Now, the air temperature is 7 degrees. It is the 23rd of December, and these fish are bowling around like they're ready for a midsummer feed. Now, I don't heat this pond, never have. I don't even put covers on it. The best they get is I turn that stainless steel blade off, which isn't blading very well at the minute because the pond needs a bit of maintenance. That's what I'm out here to do today. The pumps are loaded up for the leaves from everything that's fallen. So I need to get down the bottom there and scoop some leaves out, clear the pump, and then I've got a cheap and cheerful pond vac coming just to hoover up the bits and bobs I can't get with a net. And that's it. That's as far as I go to keep them warm and let them fend for themselves. But you wouldn't believe it. So let's see what the air temperature is 7 degrees. Let's see what the water temperature is. 9 on the button. 8.9. Don't eat that. 8.9. Look at them. Frenchie tank. Water clarity still tip top. Frenchie. Monster. Yeah, water clarity is still tip top. Let me try and get the reflection out of the way. But it does need some maintenance. You can't make out that through the glare on the surface there, but there's quite a bit of debris on the bottom, a bit of leaves. And actually, this is the most active they've been in a while. For whatever reason, the last couple of days they've just turned back on again, and they've got all lively food. And yeah, but they have been eating the last couple of days, but I'm not going to give them any food because I'm about to get in there and upset them. I'm not getting in there, the net's getting in there. I'd like to see this shower bring out some more of that sumi over this winter. That would be nice. That could darken up a bit, because it is a lovely fish. Yeah. So basically, I just got to get that pump out, give it a good clean, get the leaves off. I'm going to get the pan net in there, try and scoop up as many leaves as I can, and then in a day or two, when the pond vac arrives, I'll hopefully be able to get the rest of the debris out, and then continue with my normal winter routine, which we'll get into in a bit. So I've got a couple of nets. This one can extend quite deep, just to try and catch as many of these leaves as possible. I've got my hook to get the pump out, and I've got a hose to give it a bit of a spruce. Obviously the pump's off. Thankfully, because the water clarity is good, I can see the pump. Oh man. So, pond's 5 foot deep. And that's just not quite 5 foot. Oh man, it's too cold for this. Turn some air off so we can see what we're doing. Oh, that's better. Oh, it looks like the casing's actually come off of the pump. That's not good. Okay, let's have a look at this then. Oh, that's not good. The whole casing's come off. Right, well that would explain why I've had some reduced flow. So the net might be a better option for this. Oh, guys, that's cold. Okay. Right, it's nice and clear so I can see both parts. Bit. Right, so we can see there just how caked that casing is. And that's what I need to do today, get that sorted. Let's get the other half. So until I disturbed it, it was actually all in one. But obviously me grabbing it has unclipped the casing. Well, I lost a pair of sunglasses in the summer and I, for the life of me, didn't know where they went. Pair of Ray-Bans. Man, they've actually got, what? They've actually got blanket weed growing on them, look. No way. Result. Right, okay. This is good. Yeah, this is needed. Right, so, no, this is a fine. It doesn't. Get right to the back. It's going to get to the worst of it, but see, this is why I didn't want to feed them now, because this is what stresses them out, all this. Just make sure there's no other alien objects on the bottom. I'll tell you what I normally find the most. You're not going to see it today because obviously it's come apart, so they've probably fallen in the bottom. But the main thing I find in the bottom of these is koi teeth. Like, I'll probably do this once or twice a year, where I get in there and give the pump a deep clean when needed. And every time I do, it's loaded full of koi teeth. We've got snail shells. Let's see if I can find any. No, not in that lot. And they are pure white as well. I remember the first year I done it thinking, what's all these stones? Where have they come from? And yeah, on closer inspection, koi teeth. See, this is where a pond vac would be easy because you just the net does disturb. You get one good scoop, but then it disturbs like 2 foot either side of the net. That, excuse my hands. Is a koi tooth. Kind of almost looks like a human tooth. Now the pump is normally full of them, but obviously because the casing's come undone, whereas obviously unhooked it in the wrong place, they've all fallen out. But how strange is that? And they will sit at the back of the jaws of the koi, and it's these that grind up all them pellets. Listen. I just waited for a bit more of it to settle. King cold. Right, let's give these a bit of a spruce up then. So I might have to do this again before the pond back comes, because I imagine it's going to suck up a load more leaf litter. But I mean, we've just got a good amount of it out. Let's give that a spray. So I'm not so much worried about the any blanket weed growing on it. It's more just to make sure all these grills are open to allow maximum flow. Yeah, look at that. Oh, that's jammed in there. Well, there is some koi teeth stuck in here as well. So it's amazing really, the draw that this pump does have, because you'd think something heavy like a tooth would just fall and settle wherever it fell. But they are, there's one that it has been drawn to the pump. Wanted a brush on this one. The old trusty wire brush. Okay, it's clean. We're back together. This is only a cheap Chinese pump. About 120 quid, which I originally got when the budget build was happening. I bought two because I wanted a spare, and the first one lasted like 6 years without missing a beat. So when it did go bang, I was so impressed with it. I put the spare on. I'd looked at the Vari pump with a controller, which I quite liked, but this is the perfect. I think this is a 16,000, which runs them two filters absolutely perfectly. So I put the spare on, and I just bought another one of these again, and that was 8 years ago, and it's still going. So yeah. We like the Chinese. We want it to lay flat. Hello mate, you alright? How you doing? Look for the flow. Tell me if it starts. We're up and running. Much better. Water's pouring through now. Yeah, I had to dial it back like I normally do on a gate valve. I just have to dial it back ever so slightly. It's where a Vari pump would come in handy, I guess. But yeah, so it's 16,000. Maybe I could do with like a 15,000 or a 14,000, but yeah, it's better. So on that note now, I won't bore you with cleaning out my filters. I'm going to go clean out the filters. The blade is now going to be off until late spring, because that will chill the water, that being stainless steel out in the air temperature. I mean, the water clarity is good anyway, but it'll be even better again now the pump can actually catch something. I'll give it an hour or so, let them chill out from me having the net in there, and if they come up for food, I'll give them a small handful. I'll bring you back when I've got the pond vac. Welcome back everyone, Merry Christmas. It's currently the 27th, a bit breezy, it's about 5 degrees. We've had a few days to let the pump do its thing. Some of the fish are sulking on the bottom. You can see my kajaku down there. Some of them are still a bit lively. Seems to be the smaller ones. Bigger ones are on the bottom. One of the little ones sulking. But I mean, the water was already clear, but it is gin clear now. So let's turn the air off, and you'll be able to see some of the debris on the bottom. We've got the pond back. It arrived on Christmas Eve, but I've had a bit of a manic Christmas, like we all have, busy whizzing around all the family, so I've not had a chance to give it a go. But I'm off to Poland tomorrow for a few days with a wife, so today's my last chance really before the new year, so I won't mind giving it a go. I'm a bit worried, I didn't look up how long the pole is, and as you know, I struggled to get to the bottom already, so hopefully it can reach it. If not, we might have to like duct tape a broomstick handle on it just to get it where we need it to go, but we'll see. Anyway, let's turn the air off. Okay, you can start to see. Let's try and get somewhere where there's no glare. It's difficult. Obviously you can see the pump on the bottom. I don't know if you can see around the pump. I mean, the pump's already picked up a few leaves again, but there is a fair bit of crap about. That glare is deadly, mate. Anyway, we're going to get the old pond back set up and see if we can get some of that stuff out. Right, let's have a look at this then. So, only a cheap pond back, and I think it holds about 25 litres. And basically, from what I've read online, what it will do is it will fill up. It does have a constant outlet which is going to go back into the pond. We have a fine mesh or a net. I'm probably going to use the net because it's just leaves and stuff. I don't have any silt or build up like that. It's just bits and bobs, just leaves and twig, like little those bloody things off the ash tree, the little seed pods. As far as I'm aware, when it fills up, it will automatically cut off while this thing catches up with spitting the water out. And then when the ball in that drops again, it should turn back on automatically. Should do. But anyway, I do have a collection basket that's come with it. So basically, the dirty water comes in here via this net, which hooks over here. The water that's left after this is caught the leaves is expelled there, out of there, which that pipe connects to and can go straight back in the pond. Or I can connect that pipe into another basket which has more finer mesh and also can go back into the pond as well. So this is probably something I'd use if it was like really silty, or you know, I probably wouldn't put it back in the pond if it was really silty, but I don't think I need that. I just want to catch the leaves. If there is a bit of fine debris that goes back into the pond, I'm fine with that. The filter will catch it. I'm not overly fussed. It's just really about getting all these big bits down, big bits out. So yeah, so as far as I'm aware, let's get this big fat glove off. As far as I'm aware, sorry, trying to do everything one-handed. Right, I don't think we need this one. This is like a fine mesh one. The pole's pretty long. I quite like it's got a clear bit, so you can see the stuff coming up. It's probably about 6 foot, so we might be all right. A few attachments. We have a big head. We have a more sort of targeted one. It's not too bad, and then obviously a little detail one. Probably just going to go with this one. It's got the soft bristles on the bottom as well, help not catch the liner. But yeah, so that goes on there. So that hopefully, it's got a zip on the bottom for easy disposal of the leaves. Right, so basically now I've just got to get that hose on there and have that pointing back into the pond. Put the head on the pole and should be plug in and play. This thing was like 100 quid, so I'm not expecting it to, like, you know, dazzle me, but let's see. Going for about 20 minutes, and I can see loads of koi teeth in there. Should we have a look at some? No. Ooh, koi teeth. You've got little serrations on them. Little. They're not sharp. They're like our molars. But that's cool. Fair bit of crap. I moved over to that little bit, and I put a bit of duct tape on the back of it so I can see it on the bottom, so I know it's the right way up. That's probably the hardest thing. This one was just gripping the bottom, like that thing has got some suction, and I was sort of struggling to move it about. You can see it's picked up a little bit of blanket weed off the bottom there, where that was a bit more easy. And also I found another section from I've got a wet vac, just like a little Titan thingy that I used to use for work, like draining down radiators and stuff, and that the poles on that fit on this, so I've put an extra pole on, and I cable tied a broomstick up there just to give me a little bit more manoeuvrability. But as you can see, there's no leak. I even sucked all the leaves off of the pump. I'm sure, in comparison to how it looked before, I mean, I know the glare is just bloody dreadful. I'm even struggling to see what I'm hoovering because of the glare. But that has got up. I mean, for 20 minutes, 25 minutes I've been at it, really. You know, it's hardly hard work. And I've got up the majority already. What I could do with is a bright sunny day, just so I can get through this glare, get the Polaroids on, bright sunny day, and then I'll be able to give it a go. So I'm probably just going to leave it there now because the fish are looking a bit wound up. I'll have a quick skim of the bits and bobs that have come to the top, skim them off. But yeah, I mean, it ain't bad really. It's got up and it's all sort of compacted together. So wait for a sunny day, get over this glare, get the old Polaroid, the fishing glasses on, and I'll probably be able to do a better job. But I reckon I've got 80-90% of it out in about 20 minutes. So which would have took me a day and an age with a net, because the net just sort of, as you pass the net, it pulls the rest of it up, and it then all sort of goes waterborne up in the layers. And yeah, not bad for a oneer. It's just saved me a hell of a lot of crap going in my filters and pumps for 25 minutes work, so that'll do me. So anyway, if you're interested in what this is, it was just off Amazon. That's come with it. I didn't actually order that, but it is. Yeah, there you go. That thing. The only thing I did notice is the net is quite long, and it was actually getting sucked into the outlet. I kept thinking I was getting about 2 seconds worth of it sucking, and then it cut off again. I was thinking it's like it ain't drained down, and when I opened it, the water was up here. It was obviously just enough for the ball to drop, and then it was kicking back in, but the net was blocking that up. So if I'm honest with you, next time, I mean, look at all that sediment. It's like sand. Strange as that. But I think next time I'm going to leave the net off, and I'm just going to dump the water. Just dump it, let it go straight out, because that'll take the leaves. All the leaves will go down there. They're all soft and crappy. Oh no, look at my gloves. Bugger. Well, at least they float. So yeah, nothing weird and wonderful in there. A few more koi teeth, couple of little stones. Makes you wonder where these things come from. It's got to be from birds and stuff. Yeah, that's another koi tooth. What is that? What's that? What's that? That is solid, whatever that is. I mean, that's heavy. It's like a bridge shape. And what that is, maybe I don't know. I mean, it didn't have no problem sucking it up 5 feet from the bottom, so can't be bad. Right, so pretty much almost there with my winter maintenance. So what I do now to really slow down is a little bit controversial in the koi world. I've done it for, this will be my 14th winter, and it ain't done me any harm. I've got fish in there. I caught, yeah, that one, Paul. That's the same age as, no, sorry, not the same age as me, sorry. I caught that fish when I was 11. It's been in my pond. The fish is like 25 years old. A lot of these fish in here are now approaching the 20-year mark. Some of my older fish, the butterfly, my big chagoi, even this chagoi, that yellow butterfly. They're all 15 years onwards. Well, I've had them 14 years, and I know the person before me had them 5. So yeah, they're all touching 20 years old. So obviously what I'm doing is growing old fish. And what that is I salt the pond every winter. I don't look for any signs. I don't do it for parasites. I do it as a way to help them regulate the salts in their bodies, the water in their bodies. Just take the pressure off them when it gets cold. I don't heat it. I don't put covers on. All I do to help these fish is I put some salt in, and I salt it quite high. I salt it to 0.5. The reason for that is because that's just what 2 bags does. I actually need 39 kilos to get it to 0.3. But I'm still going to be doing my water changes every week, so it dilutes down relatively quickly, and 0.5 will allow me to keep a fairly good concentration of salt in there over the winter period. More often than not, by the time we get into March, April, I've got a salt meter. When I test, there's barely anything. I might have to do one big water change to get it sort of unreadable. But yeah, it does get knocked down through the water changes. So, but it does allow them to have a brief period in the colder months of salt. And I always do it around the Christmas time because it is mild. It's mild now. They're not, as you can see, they're not, you know, they're moving about. They're not all sulking on the bottom. Come January, February, them fish are all like pencils, all just lined up on the bottom. So it's just my way. That's how I help them in the winter. So that's my last little bit. So I'm probably going to chuck the salt in when I get back from Poland, which is New Year's Eve. And that's it. That's apart from some a UV bulb change in the spring. That's it. That's them for the winter. A few filter changes and get on with it. But yeah, happy with that. 100 quid. Can't moan. It's done the job. It's certainly a lot quicker than me trying to net it all out. So happy days.